We got episode 14 of the Boxing Break. We back live with y'all, man.
Absolutely.
Tapping in with Lee. We love the engagement thus far. We love the boxing fans debating about different topics because it's a lot going on in boxing right now.
Yeah.
We actually had an eventful Thursday. This was one of the best Thursdays I've had. And since I saw these two events were happening on the same day, I made sure I used vacation time to take Friday off. So we had the Ravens play, and then we had a big boxing match after that.
Right.
First thing I really wanted to give a shout out to was two young guys in the 135 division that we've been talking up heavily. Abdullah Mason, and you know I've been saying Emiliano Vargas is that one, bro.
Yeah.
Out of the Vargas brothers, he's nice.
He's nice.
Yeah, I mean, and I want to give them both a big shout out because they both had second round knockouts.
Yeah, Mason with this.
Abdullah Mason, it was beautiful because he gave him like the feint right. The dude stepped back and he just popped him with a straight left.
Ooh, nasty.
Jab. He didn't even give it all the sauce, bro. That's
nasty. But it was
that's how
clean.
you know he's scary though, because he didn't. It wasn't a power shot though.
That's a power shot. It's a straight.
It was a power shot, but it wasn't a power.
It was a straight left. He caught him
I'm
clean.
trying to hook him.
Caught him clean.
Yeah,
he got good power. He got good pop. When it's clean like that, dog, that's
And I was saying, yo, look like I don't know the dude he fought name, but yo, bro, he looked like a mixture between Shang Tsung, Sean Paul, and now I'm thinking about it, Steven Seagal. Yo, Shang Paul Seagal, yo. That was him, yo. The dude with the cornrows. Yo, look, yo. He was getting thrashed out there, bro. And then Emiliano Vargas, it was crazy because he caught the dude.
See, I didn't see that at all.
Bro, so he runs down on him. It's second round. He already knocked him down once from like just a crazy ass exchange. And then this one, he gets inside. He cracks him with the right hook to the temple. He sees he's like cooked. He down like this. He straight, same punch, puts him down. Bro got gloves slid across the floor. I'm like, bro, this man,
the young boys,
be a menace, yo.
The young boy, you know what's crazy,
man.
I don't want to get into it too heavy, but I actually like the generation right under the current dudes. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's something about the slightly younger dudes
fighters,
right now
bro.
that's coming up because.
And you got to think Keyshawn Davis, Emiliano Vargas, Abdullah Mason, Shushu Smith Carrington. Like it's a lot of dudes in that 130.
It's kind of weird though because I still kind of it's weird because he's like on a bubble. I still kind of see Keyshawn, even though he's being slow tracked a little bit more. He's still kind of in the Shakur Stevenson Haney bubble to me. I don't really put him with them. I don't know what it is. It's just I don't really group him with Abdullah Mason and all of them.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, because they only got like 10 fights.
Yeah, it's
they
weird.
They fought 5 times in 2020.
He's in a middle like weird position, but it could work out in his favor both ways. You get the dudes right above or right around you, and then you get the dude. So he's in a solid spot. But yeah. I'm gonna recheck some of that out. I was busy, and then the Ravens and all of that.
Matter of fact, I'll definitely cut one on at least because I'm gonna eat, and then after the part, and then I'll play one of them because you guys see their corners.
I definitely didn't see any of the Vargas.
Their camps got them sharp.
Yeah.
And his father is Vargas, bro. So it's like, bro, you got a great ass trainer. Like, yo, Fernando Vargas is no sleeper. Like,
Fernando Vargas,
an animal, bro.
For a lot of killers, like. Early in his career.
Yeah, he a dog.
Yeah.
He a dog. But obviously the main card and the fight before that was the main one. Like I don't know the names of the fighters.
Oh my gosh!
It was a 12-round like crazy.
What's that dude?
Because I got to see champion.
We've seen him fight
before.
Oh my gosh! I don't know why. Hold on. I normally should have wrote that down. I wasn't even thinking like that.
Nah, it was a 12-rounder. Like that might have been like an all-time fight. That's a fight I need to go back.
I heard
and watch.
Was fantastic. I'm gonna rewatch that
like,
too.
Yo, the last 3 rounds, because we cut it on everybody in Baltimore after the Ravens game. So they started fighting before Shakur and De Los Santos. And bro, they were going crazy. It was a draw. It ended in a draw.
I heard.
And it was like he got knocked down twice by the guy, but like bro kept it resilient, kept fighting, and from what I saw from those 3
Emmanuel
rounds,
Navarrete, we see that he's nice.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to cap. I'm not really familiar with the other dude like that. I'm normally pretty solid with understanding some of these other dudes.
If you
At least
see him,
here and there.
you saw him before. We watched.
I think I have seen him before.
Boxing.
The name is just not
yeah.
ringing a bell, but yeah, Navarrete, definitely seen him. He be getting busy.
Yeah,
he's kind of weird with his style and stuff like that. He tough. Yeah, I know that much. I definitely know that much.
Nah, it was definitely a cool undercard. Then we had Shakur De Los Santos. I was getting a lot of like bad reviews from the fight. Slow fight, boring. Shakur. First off, I need to know why the fight was on a Thursday night at midnight.
You want to start there? You want to start there?
I want to start there. Well, no. Let's go through the fight and then we'll discuss
that.
All right. So with me, yes, it was a slow fight. Yes, he was staying away from him, but he was winning getting more points than him every round. Like that's the way I look at it. Like Shakur has always been a technician, defense first fighter. So it's like, because you remember when he came in, like I think it was the 10th round, he came in for exchange. Shakur got out of there, pieced him up, kept it moving. Like it's like, bro, if you don't make no adjustments and cut the ring off from somebody that's a defensive fighter, that's on you, bro. Like don't start crying and throwing your hands every time. Like, bro, you letting them run from you. You remember even when Canelo got outclassed by Floyd. Mm-hmm. He tried to be aggressive and cut the ring off. Like, bro, I'm throwing punches. They not landing, but I'm trying.
He got reckless a few times or tried a few times. What do you think about the overall performance from Shakur?
I think Shakur knows. And I love Shakur. Shakur is like in my top 5 fighters. But I think he knows he's not powerful. I think he knows it's unwise to go in the telephone booth with a true puncher. That inside work is what they do. And he like, yo, he just let me keep 1-2 on him and walk away. 1-2, walk away. 1-2, walk away. He didn't cut the ring off. He didn't like get chippy and try to force him to the ropes and that. I'm like, you didn't cut him off.
What would you rate his performance?
7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, somewhere in that. Because I know it. Like I've seen him fight Comey. I've seen him like masterclass folks, Valdez. I've seen those fights where I know what he can do, but I think this was one of them fights where either he was like, I'm already ailing some type of injury, or I'm scared of his power and his inside work. And
he's scared of his power? There's another guy out there if you talking.
Oh no, you already.
We're gonna get into that in a minute. If you scared of his power.
Nobody ever brings up Gervonta.
we gonna get into that.
But like from my fight standpoint, I don't think a lot of people understand that. Like, yes, some fights are boring. If you just keep letting somebody outclass you every round, you still lost. Like it is what it is. And I feel like if he did cut the ring off and got close to him, he still would have got pieced up. And he would have just kept doing crafty. He'd be training with Crawford in him. So he'd be training with a wrestler boxer. He knows how to get out of those situations too. Like, because we've seen guys try to press him. We've seen it.
I won't be a hypocrite. Because people like after bad performances, or not bad necessarily, but performances that are less than stellar, people be killing them. This guy's it's like, dog, every fight not going to be like that. And what did I tell everybody? I kept saying it. I was like, I know everybody ain't watched much of Dos Santos. I said, that's not what everybody think it is, yo. I said it's going to be a weird, difficult, awkward fight. I was calling it.
He didn't let him put him in weird positions. Pause.
I was like, it's not going to be easy like that. It wasn't a good performance. Just got to keep it a buck. It wasn't a good performance. He got the win, so technically on paper, that's good.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things I've been pointing out for a while, like that I just noticed about Shakur, that it's going to be issues with certain fighters. It's not a whole lot of fighters that are going to give him issues, but there's a few. We're going to touch on those at not too soon. We're not going to be talking for mad long, but he's got like you saying he was piecing up. Like he never really was piecing him up like that.
But he never staying away and just using the jab.
He's used the jab. The jab wasn't fully connecting all the way. A lot of the times, I think they got. I don't even. Was there any round where anybody landed more than 10 punches in the round? I don't think that ever happened in that fight. My thing is, when you start getting into a fight like that, I feel like he needs to. You got to take a little more risk, right? You're talking all this big money talk, and I don't like getting into all of that. But you're trying to secure certain fights
to sell
and all
fights.
that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be more.
You have to be more
entertaining,
entertaining, and you're gonna have to like this whole power thing. Like, if you're scared of his power, well, not scared, but like, what do you think? You trying to get a Tank fight?
No one said
like I don't understand
for failure though, because like now that we do what we do, I pay attention to like marketing, all that stuff. ESPN Plus is saying Shakur Stevenson, the power puncher against.
When they said that?
They said power puncher. I was like, yo, the last person he knocked down, what was it, Comey?
I think his last fight, he overwhelms. He overwhelms far inferior opponents. Yeah. I'm gonna just touch on this fight. I've said this for a while now. Like, he's a really, really good fighter. He's it's tough. Like this generation, I think I've alluded to this before. Haney, him, and a few of these other guys, Tank is the only one that has something to me that is special.
Yeah, they just
he has a special power. And he sets traps. Those are his real great abilities. He has a lot of other really good things like timing. Well, that's
even defense.
His defense is solid. Yeah. Sometimes he get a loose with it, but he gets a little loose because he has power. I would say the guys with power will get a little loose with it.
He get angry sometimes.
But he's smart. But when it comes to these other guys, they try to compare him. Like they had Shakur come out with
Terrence Crawford
and Andre Ward. And then Floyd was even there. And they be like, the past, present, and future, number ones and all that. And he's going to be the future number one. I was like, they keep putting these guys out there. I don't feel like some of these guys, like him, I don't think he's a great talent to me. I mentioned this before. I wasn't trying to like bash because he's a really, really good fighter. But I said he's more of a straight line guy.
Yeah.
This fight showed you a lot. He went front, back, and then he would go side to side, not doing anything offensively.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get to use his physical attributes to rotate. He can't. It's weird. He doesn't use the angles of using his like twisting.
But they both
turning folks. Getting
that made it weird.
No. I've been saying this for mad fights now. Like I told y'all, he fights. He's more of a counter guy and does a few things that's a little bit differently. But like he's closer in Errol Spence-esque than people think. Like he's not really overly twitchy. He's athletic, but he's not overly twitchy. He doesn't rotate. He doesn't use the angles certain times. Like, because in that fight, that guy, he should have been able to step back,
beat him up,
maneuver him, hit him with maybe a check hook every now and then when he would lunge in and stuff like that.
Especially
and he wasn't getting some of that off.
Especially in some of the few times where he clinched and he was able to get out of it. Like, that should show you, like, yo, I didn't
see any adjustments.
Yeah.
The greats can make adjustments. Yeah. Not saying every fight's gonna be clean, but bro, he literally just the same thing. And you know you're trying to elevate yourself up to another level, and it's just like a fight like that. Yes, that's a good point. I already said I knew that wasn't a some weak dude that he was just gonna go in there and fight. But and I don't want to give the other dude. He has ability, but he wasn't. He didn't make it. He wasn't. He was getting mad. Like he was like, it's like, bro, you can't be waiting on somebody to fight you. But
that's my only gripe with the whole thing. Like, De Los Santos's corner never made adjustments. They never cut the ring off from him. They allowed him to run for 12 rounds. I'm like, y'all didn't do no different game plan. He kept doing the same combos. He kept doing the same stuff. So it's like
Shakur stuck with the same thing. He stuck with the same thing because it was working. He stuck with the
same thing because they didn't make him change.
Yeah, it was working, but. Listen, he apologized for his performance
because he talked all that trash.
Yes.
It's like, yo,
and he's trying to get to another level, and this is why it's like this is constructive criticism. It's not like I'm not trying to hit a bash him, but it's like you're gonna have to do a little bit more.
The way he did Jamel Herring and Comey makes me feel like if he really gets inside and fights with people, he still can do that. He's not a power puncher, but he can do that.
Yeah, he's
like
skilled.
I feel like, but those fighters forced him to do that.
Yeah, and
because I feel like he would have did that with everybody.
And plus, he's seen an obvious physical advantage.
Yeah,
that's another thing though. When you get to you're not having those obvious physical advantages. That's why I'm just saying like if I think about 35, like when we was probably like let's say middle school, high school, somewhere in around that range, Manny Pacquiao cleans him up.
Dog.
Wild Man Cuz beats him up. Joel Casamayor in that era. I don't have him beating it. I'm not trying to bash him, but I'm just saying when I'm thinking about special fighters, I'm not seeing this. He's talented, very gifted. In this era, he might be able to slide, but I'm not seeing that. And I'll say this. Listen, there was people like, did you see when they were showing around the arena? And this doesn't mean everything, but when you want to get these great fights, you want people, the money and everything, because we shouldn't worry about that, but that's what makes the fights happen. There wasn't much of anybody there. That's why you got to take certain risks with certain fights.
But that's because they picked a Thursday night.
Nah, that's not it.
It was mad sporting events.
He's not packing out crowds, period, Mike. This is not a one-time thing. And people were leaving.
But is that because of his fighting style?
It's a combination.
He's always been like, I used to watch.
I do believe at Thursday
Stevenson damn near like the last couple years of Spike TV when he was super young.
Yeah. I'm watching him before he was
always been defensive, bro. Like he don't really be knocking niggas out like that.
He's
no disrespect. I'm sorry for that.
But you see how Floyd became super defensive. But Floyd, early in that career, when you trying to take off, you gotta take more risk.
But Floyd was low key a stoner, like as far as hitting people and beating people up when he was in his prime.
That's what I'm saying. You're not trying to hear me though. When you're trying to get to another level, you got to take a few more risks.
Yeah,
you have to.
Yeah.
Like Floyd got cracked by a Chop Corley. Sometimes you gotta put yourself in some sort of harm's way. See, a lot of the issues a lot of these dudes have now, they're trying to be Money Mayweather already. You got to go through the fire. Your guy that you come out with all the time, Terrence Crawford, he took risks. Sometimes people talk about how Terrence Crawford, Terrence Crawford not accredited, but got dropped twice. It should have been credited that he's been dropped like twice before, but he took a few risks. He had to get to, and then it took him forever, but he finally, now everybody want to see him fight this person, that person, this, that, and that third. You gotta go through that. Like, too many of these guys are trying to just get through to become the massive star, but you cannot do that. Why do you think Tank is way bigger than all of them?
Yeah, because he a dog.
He's going to get in it. He's going to take some risks. We've seen him Ryan Garcia cracked him a few times. Yeah. He didn't have to get cracked by him, but he knew, I'm going to get him out. You gotta at a certain point, because all these dudes gonna want to command this and command, and they already be doing it. I ain't gonna fight you because you're not giving me this and you're not giving me that. It's like, dog, like I've said this before. None of these guys are gonna become mega stars if you don't have like a knockout like special gift like Tank until y'all start fighting the other guys. If you're not doing that, you're not gonna. That's why the older fighters were getting more popular and stuff like that, because they were fighting the other guys at younger ages. They weren't waiting to get these fights at 31, 32, 33 years old. So my thing with that is like him, Haney, I don't really know. I don't really see him as he's undisputed, so I gotta give him that. This is little things I'm not sure if these dudes are overly special, but they're really, really good fighters. Tank is the one dude that has something special. Like when I watched, I don't want to get into too much in the tangent, but when I watch Haney and I watch Shakur, I see really, really good fighters, but I'm like, they're not overly powerful. They're athletic, but they're not like phenomenal athletes. Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather. I just leave those two for right now. They have quick hands, but they don't have we've seen guys with faster hands than theirs. Like, I'm like, what is their superpower? They're smart, but it's like, I don't see this special. That's why we're not going to be able to tell how special these dudes are until they fight each other, because we're going to find out, oh, that guy wasn't that special. He was really good. That's why some people could say maybe Earl Spence was a really good fighter, but you saw when he got in with a special fighter, it looked different. So I'm saying is these guys gotta, because all this chirping and stuff is going on, and like I saw Haney after the fight, like, you should have took the 25%, you bum this, that, and the third, and all of that. And I'm like, here we go with all of this.
See,
hold on real quick. And then Tank after that said to Haney, boy, what are you talking about? Like, you should have, took all that. You talking all that, but you ain't nowhere near where you supposed. So it's like when you try to play the big dog game, it's always another dog up there.
I think, and people gonna probably kill me after this, but of this current generation, I still got Shakur Stevenson beating Devin Haney.
That might happen. I'm not saying that won't happen. That's not an easy fight, though.
I feel like Tank is the top of those guys. Then you got Shakur. Then you got Haney. You know what I mean? What would solidify Shakur as somebody great after a fight that was so lackluster like this one? when Lomo does start fighting again next year, be his first fight, yo. Go get that smoke and throw hands with him and beat him. Then people gonna be like, all right, I can't say nothing.
I'm gonna talk to you right now. He's gonna have to rely on the youth, his timing. Because I always said he's really good with his timing and his shot placement.
Yeah.
But I'm telling y'all, unless Loma, because he is getting older, if he doesn't like age a whole lot overnight, I'm telling y'all, because I pay attention to what's the name's Shakur's footwork and this, that, and the third. A lot of them angles is gonna give him trouble.
Yeah.
A lot of those angles are gonna give him trouble.
What about Shakur like Teofimo Lopez?
Thank you for mentioning it. I had that in the docket.
I'm just throwing stuff out
I didn't mention him on purpose.
We got different variants.
I didn't mention him on purpose. And some of the people that be getting on us whenever we mention T.O.'s name, they're going to probably love this. T.O. has had some stuff that shows me more special ability at times than the other two.
The T.O. Lomo was crazy.
When Teofimo is locked in, I keep saying this.
Like, that's the only one where I'm like, that was crazy.
And I have to respect his resume. He had that one fight where he was like, I don't know if he won that. Yeah. And he lost to Kambosos. These things can happen when you're fighting good fighters. And we know Devin did beat Kambosos, but if Kambosos fought T.O. again and T.O.'s locked in, I don't have Kambosos beating him. But T.O. punching power, athleticism, he can work the angles better than Shakur Stevenson. I've seen it. I've watched it. That's not an easy fight. Yeah.
So after the
if they lost to him, I know some people be, I couldn't believe. I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. So after the Lomo T.O., what do you think will happen with Lomo and Haney? And let's say Haney like, all right, I don't want to do that, and Lomo fights Haney instead of Shakur.
You talking about Lomachenko Haney rematch? Or you talking about T.O.?
Oh, no. Lomo and T.O., my bad. Casual. I'm saying if Lomachenko fought Teofimo Lopez.
2.
Again.
Second fight. If T.O.'s locked in, he already has a blueprint. I know what's the name will make some adjustments, but he's fighting. But Loma's getting a little bit older. Like always, the whole thing is T.O. focused? Is he locked in? Is he not thinking about retirement, this, that, and the third? I got him beating him again. Why not?
Yeah.
The power's not going nowhere.
It's a lot of interesting things that could happen in that 130, 135.
This is what I'm saying. The other certain guys are fighting this guy around here, and then you get that guy to fight the other. All those guys need to start fighting each other.
Yeah. And
the only person that's Tank and Ryan, the only ones from really that era that got in the ring. Yeah. All these dudes keep talking and complaining about who's not offering this and off. Get in the ring. Y'all not going to be popular until y'all fight each other.
And they better stop bluffing while these Keyshawn Davises, Emiliano Vargases, Abdullah Mason, Shushu Smith Carringtons are coming up, bro. Like, y'all not going to be the guys in a little bit, yo.
These dudes are acting like they super young. I keep mentioning this, yo. These dudes are 25, 26, 28, this, 20, 27.
You're not going to be that man.
That's not wild young in the sport. Like, back in the day, like, I'm not going to refer to everything back in the day, but, like, dudes was getting popular. They was fighting dudes for, like, unified championships and undisputed joints at, like, 23 and 24.
Very true.
Like, come on, man. Like, I got to fight each other. Like, you know, it's too much power. And the reason I'm so passionate about it right now is because we've seen the post-Mayweather era, that's the era right above them, was doing that, and it ruined a lot of fights. A lot of fights didn't get made. A lot of rematches didn't get made. We had to wait till dudes in their 30s to finally fight. Like all of this crazy nonsense. They should
have been for it, bro.
They should have had a trilogy.
But now they got to fight.
Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford should have been on their second to third fight by now.
Yeah, a lot of the sanctioning bodies are changing now, though, so those fights are gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. Oh, let's talk about it real quick. Oh, well, let me make sure.
I wanted you to talk about what you showed me the video. I'm like, damn, I already did see that. I'm already up on my boxing.
So, the big card, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, but this card is one of the best cards I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's not like it's chock full of great fighters, but a lot of
fights that
Frank
was supposed
Sanchez,
to happen.
names that some people don't know like that. That fight, I forgot off the top of my head. I don't want because we're gonna get into a lot of those fights as it comes closer. But Big Baby Miller, oh my man, it's crazy. All the fights on the Joseph Parker, Deontay Wilder, Otto Wallin, all of these fights. Bivol's fighting on there. It's a I've never seen a card like this super stacked. The only thing that reminds me of it with heavyweights that was this stacked was like when Don King used to do cards.
Yeah.
He would have like really good heavyweights on the cards, but this got like a crazy amount. And the Saudis, man. I don't know all the other stuff. Some people say don't take and do this. I'm not talking about that. But what I know is they got bread, and they gonna make fights happen.
Yeah,
because money is gonna talk.
Yeah,
and they got the bread. Yeah. And we was talking about it before, like. With the Showtime jumping ship and everything's happening,
it's about to get crazy.
People gonna have to fight for their checks. We're gonna see a lot better fights, I believe. And the Saudis
working out Amazon, Netflix,
exactly. And they're not gonna be cutting just
YouTube TV.
They're not gonna just be cutting checks for just random fights, like just overpaying people for trash fights we don't care about. They're gonna be like, yo, we paying money. You gotta fight
and
this guy.
And they damn sure not protecting people like Showtime did.
That's what I'm saying.
Showtime is the most bluffing.
Yo, they were overpaying people, yo.
Overpaying and making them fight nobodies. Like they pulled the most contenders, random contenders,
dudes that wasn't
of
even
all time. Like, yo, this nigga not even the 8th best fighter in this division.
Yeah, man.
How is he the contender?
Yeah,
I'm ready for it. I think this is what we need.
And I'm gonna segue into this, but I think them Saudis. I know Anthony Joshua still don't want to. I'm gonna get into it fully.
Yeah,
don't want to fight Deontay Wilder. We've always felt like that, but they gonna make an offer you can't refuse, and he's gonna have to fight him. Yo. And if he don't, that's because he really should.
The look in his eyes. So let's
get into it right now.
All right.
They had the press conference.
Jesus, Lord Jesus.
Woo! Anthony Joshua was up there looking shook the entire time. Yo.
We both, bruh. Like, we from the era of, like, when somebody was bullying you, you could see if the person that was getting bullied was going to allow it from the look in their eyes, bro. And Wilder was so respectful with, like, bro, I'm wishing you the best, but I'm hoping we could get in the ring. His eyes told the tale. He's like, I don't want to fight you, bro.
I'm
scared right now.
He was looking over at Wilder while Wilder was talking. He's like, man, I just wish you the best. He
didn't say anything.
I think the fight gonna happen, but even if it don't happen, I still wish you the best, my brother. And this, that, and the third. You know why? And you saw how he was looking like, please don't. But you know it's crazy. Deontay Wilder, I believe, is doing that because he tried every other way, this, that, and the third. I think he's just trying to say, yo, I don't want to scare the man.
Let's just
I don't want to scare him off, yo.
Yeah, we boxers. Let's just
fight. I don't want to scare him off.
Boxers.
Let's try to be humble. He's trying to. Deontay Wilder really. I know all the people. Oh, you got the people that's. Oh, Deontay don't want. All of them. I don't believe none of that. He wants that fight because he knows it's going to happen. Yeah. And AJ, I've never seen. The only other person I've ever seen look this scared, and he was actually getting in the ring. At least at that point, was Michael Spinks versus Mike Tyson.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen a fighter ever that scared get in the ring in my life, yo.
Joshua looked like he might start screaming if Wilder threw the right barrage of punches at him. Like, he started screaming and run towards behind the ref.
That was crazy. Please. So when Deontay Wilder even said at the end, wish you the best, and officially closed out, I told you, yo, it looked like Joshua wanted to cry.
Everybody saw.
I don't know if it's because he's on they got some dirt on him and this fight can't happen. He want to get away, or if it was Deontay, it's crazy though.
Shook,
the funniest thing though,
fight,
was Miller, yo.
Yo, Miller wild and bad, bro. That looked like a bully in high school, dog. Like wilding somebody, and you like thinking in your mind, but it's not your battle. Like, yo, please stand up for yourself, yo.
Yo,
what did he say? He was like, either you could fight.
He said, first thing, hold on, my bad. I want to jump too far. He was like, yo, he was like, man, he said, one thing I do know, he was like, I don't even like Wilder like that. He's like, one thing I do know is you don't want no parts of Deontay Wilder. Yeah. But the funniest part was, Anthony Joshua was so prepared and so nervous about even, because that's the first time I think they was in the room together, Deontay Wilder and him.
Very true. I haven't seen them in no room together.
He was so prepared and nervous about anybody mentioning anything about that fight. Before Miller even got out, you don't want any smoke with Deontay Wilder. But he said you don't want any parts of. He was like, "Shut the F up!" Like you could tell he was already like nervous. It's like, dang, he already knew he was going to say.
Smoke, yo.
Even when Miller first initially started talking, he could tell he looked nervous, like something was said behind in backstage, like he was going to mention that because you could see he was looking like the cameraman was fantastic. The cameraman was fantastic.
Yo,
he was
kept
looking
panning.
He was like it was shook, yo.
I'm like, dang, bro, scared.
And Miller said, "Listen, man, you soft, blah blah blah." And then they start having their exchange, and then Miller just kept going at until he really made him shut up. And he was like, "Listen, man, I'll beat you up. You soft, man." Because what's the name trying to mention his mom, even your mom, and what's the name? He was like, "What?" So he was like, "Yo, I put hands with you." But the line, you want to say the line? Bro, that was hilarious.
He basically gave Joshua two options. He was like, "You could fight me and get beat up."
No, you reverse it.
No, you can fight Wilder and go to the grave, or you can fight me and get beat up.
No, he said you fight Wilder and get sent to the grave, or you can fight me and get sent to the hospital.
The grave of the spittle is crazy.
Joshua didn't say enough for me, yo.
His eyes look so fearful,
he didn't say enough for me. He was like,
I know fearful eyes, bro.
You gotta talk back, yo. You can't let no man just say that about you, dog. Like, that's out of pocket, yo. Nah, yo.
That's because he does fight the random, like, European heavyweights that nobody knows who they are. Like, they over in Britain and stuff, like, bro.
And that's what Miller said. He said, you over there, you said you gotta fight one of these Americans and get beat up. He said, you just picking on all them dudes from the UK. He said that, yo. And Miller's supposed to fight Dubois, which is an interesting fight.
Low key, Dubois beat Usyk to me. So, like,
but he quit at the end of the fight.
He quit at the end of the fight, but Usyk got knocked down and got a arresting 10 count. And he was beating his body the whole time. Then they just started doing weird stuff. I feel like that's when the Continental called Dubois, like, you want to get another big fight? You do what we say. And he like, all right, I'm going to just put my foot off the gas and stop hitting the Usyk body because y'all told me to.
Somebody placed the call?
I watched the fight. Yo, we all watch boxing. Any real boxing fan that disagrees with that, you're either racist or you just don't understand boxing.
Nah, that press conference, it's so much that was happening. Like, we could talk about that for a while. It was a lot that was happening in that joint.
That fight was so weird, bro.
No, I'm talking about the Deontay, the whole heavyweight card, December 23rd. But yeah, man. So I'm gonna leave it there because we're gonna talk about. There's so many fights on there. There's so many fights I want to break down on that joint that are interesting fights that some people might not even know. Some of these dudes that are gonna be good fights. They got the bread, yo.
Yeah,
we're gonna see some fights because they got the bread.
Yeah.
But did you see Bud and Boots going back at it, back and forth a little bit?
I like it.
Yeah, because Terrence Crawford was like, listen, man, you had an opportunity to fight me, but bitches, you hit the skirt and went the other way. Mm-hmm. He's like, stop acting like this, that, and the third, like you really wanted it. And then Boots was like, man, listen, you could have fought me, but you decided to drop the IBF title, you know what I mean? So don't even try to act like you wanted this and that. And so we got some
I like it.
I like it.
And I think now, what if Crawford is just becoming a marketing genius? And you lose the belt, you go to fight the guy that didn't fight you because you didn't fight the mandatory, and you go beat him up. Like, he's gonna look even more legendary.
No, I think he's at a stage where he's just really trying to get the biggest that fight. Of course, if it happens, definitely would like to see it. But like Boots really. Listen, I don't care if they fight. I'm not one of these people. You shouldn't fight. But I do believe one thing. I believe you at least need before you can get it. If a man works so hard and finally becomes undisputed or gains notoriety, this, that, and the third in boxing, especially as hard as it work, I do not believe that all of a sudden, even if you're fighting solid guys, you should just automatically get a title shot. Terrence Crawford, it took to 37 to become this, and then all of a sudden it's like I just need to see Boots get at least one good fighter that we think of.
Barrios.
Yes,
that's why you keep calling that Barrios.
It's just
that is a good ass fight though. You was the first person that said that too. After that last Barrios fight, we was like, "Yo."
I said that and Keith, and then I was like, I think that fight is like it just kept revving up, and it seemed like that's the fight.
I like that Barrios is younger.
Yeah,
because like Keith could be Keith of 2014, but like
we just need to see you. You can't just keep beating up these guys, this random dude, and this and that, and then all of a sudden. I do believe you should earn a little bit of it. I'm not one of these people that feel like you got to fight 1 million people and all of this and that. And it's like, dog, like y'all just don't want your favorite fighter who would be Crawford or anybody in that position to fight that guy. It's like, but you do. I just feel like you should pay a little more dues. And some people may be trying to avoid him. I believe Keith definitely trying to avoid him and stuff like that. But he's been to me too far inactive. I just feel like. I mean, he hasn't fought in almost by the time I think he fights, it'll be a year. I think he fought in January, right? It was wild early.
Yeah, when he fought Villa, that was a while ago.
And I think technically in the last 2 years, he only fought like once or something weird.
No,
if I'm not
he fought
tripping.
Villa, that might have latest like March, February, like latest.
It was early.
Yeah, it was still cold outside.
It was definitely early. So I'm like, yo, just fight somebody in between time. One thing I have certain things with Canelo, but I always say I'm not gonna cook him with so much because he's active.
Yeah.
Even when he fight a guy we don't care as much about, I always say, if you're going to fight a dude that we don't care about as much, I don't mind that. You don't have to fight a killer every time, as long as you're not going on a string of them or you stretching you stretch your fights out long in between. Like, let's say you fight a guy we don't really care about and you don't fight for another 8-9 months. That's something like, all right.
Yeah.
But if the way he's doing it's like, okay, you don't have to fight a killer every time. You fight a good, solid guy. Then you fight, one of the top guys. Like, I don't have an issue with that. It's activity. Yeah, these dudes are just waiting too long.
But he was fighting with Showtime for a long time, right?
Yeah, Showtime.
I said that already, but maybe after next week's huge fight, the Andrade Benavidez, that's the last Showtime boxing match, right?
I think so. I know it's
Showtime pay-per-view.
But I think it might be the last one too. I could be wrong, but it's definitely
the last Showtime pay-per-view.
Yeah. I only got one thing. Usyk and Fury, they had the presser. That's official. I think it's February something. Undisputed. It's finally gonna happen, yo. We're gonna, as fight time comes on, we're gonna break down and stuff like that. But a lot of trash talking, a lot of this, a lot of that. But
I think Tyson Fury beats him up bad.
I don't know. We gotta see. It's gonna be interesting. It took a while to get it. It's so crazy how long it took to get undisputed at heavyweight. But it's out of pocket. Like this could have been happened. It could have happened with Deontay Wilder and AJ years ago.
Do you think Fury would beat up Dubois?
Yeah.
So
that is it. You got it. It's kind of weird when I don't do too much of that cross stuff unless the fighter has somewhat similar style. I don't play those games. It's tight because then you can say Tyson Fury lost to an amateur boxer, or at least look, dang near lost that fight to Francis Ngannou. Like you want to play in those games.
Not his size.
At the same time, that's an amateur essentially, bro.
Usyk
you can talk about. I do agree with that, but it's like.
If you got a guy that's only 10
a Rocky
15 pounds lighter than you, used to dudes being 50 to 30 pounds lighter than you.
But you got to also remember, like I said before, like if you've been taking some punches from some heavy-handed dudes, you just know you step into that fight.
You called out that one drop. I don't know whether it was the second fight. Whenever Wilder dropped Fury in a fight, like
he took a lot of punishment in those 2 fights.
He was thrashing him, bro.
Not the second one wasn't as bad, but he got hit upside his head and knocked down. I think
he knocked him down, and it was like the extended count. What was that? The first one or the second one?
Some people say the second or the third one as well, but definitely the first one.
Yeah,
his eyes rolled in the back of his head and everything. Like you keep over time, and then he got in there with Francis. Like these are heavy-handed guys. You keep getting rocked. Like it's gonna start taking stuff out of you. It's boxing, So Usyk. I mean, the body shot, but we never seen Usyk just getting cracked upside his head.
No. And Usyk can really fight if you don't go to the body.
Yeah, if you don't go. And Tyson Fury's not a wild body puncher like that.
He's not a body puncher.
That's what I'm saying. It can get interesting.
He's a jab type, chippy type dude, but he's not a
his thing
puncher.
is, what he's going to try to do, and
he's going to lean that weight on him.
He's going to try to lean on him. He's
going to lean that weight on him.
The stuff he couldn't do with Francis Ngannou because he was his size.
Yeah, he's going to lean that weight on him.
And stronger than him. He couldn't do it.
That's the same thing he did to Wilder, low-key. Lean that weight on him,
but the one thing is Usyk moves way better. So it's gonna sound easy to just lean your weight, but you're gonna have to get Usyk. Remember, he's coming up. He is smaller, but his foot movement, his hand speed, he's in and out. He's an in and out guy. You gotta be able to, if he don't bang, it could be very interesting. So that's it on my end, man.
Oh yeah, Boxing Break episode 14. Keep tapping in with us, man. We appreciate y'all.